from the Weather Authority. This is a severe weather update.
Alright, we are up and running. You see we got radar sweeping. We are on red, which means red mode is now in effect. Um Snowstorm is starting. Let me just start off from the bat. Snowstorm is starting. Let's take a radar tour. And let's start off on the north side of the state. So, Huntington, Urbana, this is where the snow is going to continue to move further north and east. So, most of Indiana will definitely be blanketed in some snow, but Tippecanoe into parts of Boone and also parts of Carroll County is where some of the heaviest parts of the snow. And this is going to continue to move northeast. Let's head south toward Bainbridge, North Salem, Ladoga. It's going to continue to move northeast towards Danville, Pittsburgh, and eventually downtown Indianapolis. Now, I want to switch to the Morse Lake iCam, which this is a live camera. And real quick, I want to get back over to radar. Morse Lake is right in Noblesville. So let me zoom in onto the city. So it is in downtown Noblesville. That's where Morse Lake is, if you don't know. But switch over to the iCam. It is 7 degrees. That's how cold it is out there at this active moment. Anyway, 7 degrees is just blowing out there. Snow is just blustery out there. Let me switch over to weather-wise. There we go. Move that over. So here's our big winter system, still causing problems down into parts of Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas. There is a still winter storm warning in effect for portions of the state. We do have northern parts of the state under a winter weather advisory. Now let's get back over to the radar chart. Let's start southern Indiana, actually. Heavy snow, Evansville, Mount Vernon. One of the models, which we're going to see in just a minute on the exact track, one of the models was showing that potentially Mount Vernon could get to close to 20 inches possible. knowing this storm system, most definitely this may produce 20 inches of snow. And you see some new updates. Let me switch it over to the drawing tool and make that bigger. Winter storm warnings are now in effect. Boston and now into parts of Maine. And it's going to get dicey into parts of the northeast. After this rocks Indiana, it's going to continue to move northeast and it will become a nor'easter, which means a storm in the New England region. Now, zoom back in. Jasper, Princeton, Washington, Vincennes. Still snowing at this active moment. Western Indiana, Rockville. We have a lot. We got to go through this, and then we got to go through these record low temperatures possible. And we're not going to be done with this storm until Monday, possibly. So this storm is going to continue to move northeast. We might have some thunderstorms into parts of southern Alabama and into the panhandle of Florida. So, yeah, it's just going to be a dicey setup. And you see that orange area, that is ice from south of Nashville towards Tupelo and into parts of Lawrenceburg. It's going to be stupid dicey if you go south. If you go south towards Nashville, it's going to be a major icing threat. If you go north towards, again, Indianapolis, and if you go as far north as possibly northern Michigan, probably less than what you're going to see. But let me switch over to the graphic system real quick. Give me a sec. And right here, there we go. So again, northern Indiana, we have up the disrupting scale to a 7, which confidence is decently high about the snow disruptions. There's a high chance of some snow, of school getting closed in northern Indiana. Central Indiana, we bumped it up very much to an 8 out of 8, which there's a very high chance. I'm not surprised if we don't see every county, not every county in central Indiana could get blanketed in either a 2-hour delay or most likely closings, which not surprised if we see that. And this is definitely the same graphic, but we're on to southern Indiana. Very high. Same thing for central Indiana. 20 inches is possible into southern Indiana and into central Indiana. I want to take exact track. Let me switch it out of here. Give me a sec. Move that and let's take exact track full real quick. So here's the setup. 4 o'clock. Snow's starting. Gonna continue to move northeast. Evansville's already showing 2 inches. As we continue to go through Sunday, here's 9 o'clock. 8.5 inches possible in Indianapolis. And then as we continue into Monday, we're going to see possibly 15 inches of snow in Indianapolis. And further south, you see this swath. And I want to switch to the drawing tool on this screen. Give me a sec if I can find it. This area right in here, you see this kind of swath right here from Knox County towards Bloomington, towards Columbus, and towards Xenia. That is where we could see possibly up to 20 inches of snow. So this is going to be a big snowstorm for parts of southern Indiana. Lexington, we said Lexington was in the 20 zone. They have downgraded to 12 inches, but southern Indiana, most definitely, we're most likely going to see school delays and most definitely school closings. Now, still on alert. Now till Monday, all of Indiana is going to be under some threat for snow, and northern Indiana, closer to about 5 inches. We'll pop up the map in just a minute, but winter threats, heavy snow is high. Ice is going at that. Ice is at that minimal point where we can go from minimal to low. Some ice is going to be possible further south towards Louisville and Evansville. With some of these heavy snowbirds, we could get some lightning strikes, and if we get some lightning strikes out of this, this could be as equally dangerous as a normal thunderstorm. So we're gonna have to watch out for that. So we're on to now, which radar coverage and chasers. We're probably not gonna get some chasers, but most definitely our tower cans are gonna have to come in clutch. Here's the map. 5 to 9 inches further north, South Bend, Angola, Fort Wayne, Lafayette. 5 to 9 inches, isolated 10. We have upgraded parts of central Indiana, so Crawfordsville, Tipton, Hartford City, further south. 10 to 15, not surprised if we get some higher bands of up to 16 to 17 inches. And this is going to be the kicker. We're going to find out if this lives up to the hype. Sullivan, Bloomington, Columbus, Versailles, Cincinnati, further south. 16 to 20 inches, and we have a question mark there because we don't know if this is going to happen. If this does, it's going to be a very, very dicey setup. So Louisville, Evansville, French Lick, Salem, gotta watch that. And then we had Lexington into the 30, closer to 25 inches. We have downgraded them to the 10 to 15 range since we're getting closer to that time period. Take 8-day span, Northern Indiana. We're sticking with the same graphic because it's going to be the same thing. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, red mode. Monday is going to be red mode because of the low temps, 0 Monday night. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, impacts. It's going to get cold. 18, 13, and 19. Friday, Saturday, going to be in the clear, 22 and 23. But let's move further south, central Indiana. Again, red mode, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Tuesday, we're going to have to go weather impact, and Wednesday into Wednesday night, possibly red mode. Not surprised because -4 for a low on Tuesday night. Wednesday 2 for a low, and Thursday 7. It's gonna get cold, and y'all definitely seen. Hold on, just give me a sec. All right, we are back. Had to deal with something for a sec, but let me switch back over to graphic system. I don't know why I went to radar. But yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday impacts. Not surprised. Tuesday night, Wednesday night, definitely go red mode. Friday and Saturday, we're gonna be good, but the low is definitely gonna continue to fire up. Southern Indiana, 12, 16, 11, 25. We read red mode for Tuesday. All right, back at it. You know what? Let's just take exact track. Screw it. Let's take exact track. So again, swath of 20 inches, and actually, let's head to the northeast, which outside of our area, but they could get up to 25 inches, which is definitely going to be a record. Is going to be in the record books if this lives up to its name. Let me find my phone and read the comments, which I'll find in just a minute. But let's switch back over to weather-wise real quick. That is Storm Tracker. I keep getting those two mixed up. So anyway, still an ice threat for the Nashville area. You see that heavy brownish color. That is ice into parts of Florence, Alabama, towards Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. I almost said Texas. Columbia, Tennessee. This ice is going to be mainly a threat for far southeastern Indiana. So, Corydon, Salem, Henryville, Madison, Cincinnati. That's going to be your threat with the ice and potentially the heavy snow. But northern Indiana, probably going to be on the lighter side of things, possibly up to about about at least 5 inches or so. But the snow has not started yet in northern Indiana yet. It's gonna continue because towards Kansas City, it's gonna continue to skirt over to the north, and Chicago, South Bend, Valparaiso is gonna get in on some of this heavy snow, which we're still trying to find out how much snow we're gonna get, and we are a couple hours of this being done. We have until Monday until the storm could be all said and done. Let me look at the comments if they'll pop up. Um, I don't know why this doesn't want to do it, but yeah, definitely gonna have to watch that. Most definitely. Oh wow. So yeah, these comments are kind of wild. I don't know. I don't know. These are some debatable comments. Oh, what's the weather in Celsius? We're not doing that, bro. Trust. We are not doing that. Okay, robot. Oh my. Help. Amazing. Some of these comments are probably gonna be wild. I'm not surprised if they're wild. Most likely. Lie again. They're arguing. Of course they're arguing. Jesus. It's just arguing, and I'm just trying to do something actually serious. Y'all are just gonna make me crack. I need the temp in Celsius. Actually, I'll pop up the temp in Celsius for you. Give me a sec. Switch over to North America. Negative 13 Celsius. This is our METAR stations from across the state. So negative 12, negative 11, negative negative 10 down south. So definitely gonna have to watch this. Do the live stream. Okay. But yeah, there's a freezing line actually. So northern Tippecanoe into Carroll into Howard County towards Marion, there is a decent swath of rain, possibly. Or there is a decent swath of rain. And this is going to continue to surge northeast. Yeah, I know it's cold. Actually, let me switch this over to Fahrenheit so we can actually get an accurate reading. But 9 in Indianapolis, 6 over at Crawfordsville, 10 in Muncie, 10 again in Richmond, Batesville, about 12, and then Bedford over at 12, 13 Evansville, and further north you go towards Michigan, it's definitely gonna get cold. Let's actually head to Oklahoma. Let's head to Kansas, where it's brutally cold. Some stations are reporting 0, and some stations are reporting single digit temps. Oklahoma, where the snow is still going, there are multiple threats over in Oklahoma. This is the ice threat further south, freezing rain further north, and then we got all snow from Tulsa, Bartlesville, Woodward, over into downtown Oklahoma City. What is your question? Jesus. Yeah, some of these comments are just crazy. I don't know what to say about that, but yeah, let's take high res real quick and don't know what to say. There is another band of heavy snow, Waveland, Rochdale, North Salem, Pittsburgh. If this continues on its current track, Meridian Hills, Lawrence, possibly Cumberland, gonna have to watch that. And real quick, give me a sec. I'm gonna put a track up on this storm, so give me a second. Switch that over, and we're gonna put this off to the east at about 50 miles. Let's put it 35. So we're gonna have ETAs up in just a second. What is the question that you have? Whatever. Okay, yeah, we're not answering that question. Let me pop up the ETA, so give me a second. Here it is. So, Pittsburgh, let me pop that up. Pittsburgh, 550. Tilden, 555. Brownsburg, 557. Claremont, 605. Traders Point, 606. And Legendary Hills as it continues to move northeast. And we should have another track on here, but I'll just read it out. After it continues to move northeast, Augusta, Grandview, Rocky Ripple, North Crow's Nest, Broad Ripple, Mallet Park, Millsbury, Robinson, into parts of northeastern Marion County, Oaklandon, Mount Comfort. So now we're in northwestern parts of Hancock County, and McCordsville at 641. So this heavy band of snow is just going to continue to ride the line towards Pittsburgh and into Fishers, which let's switch back over to our iCam in Morse Lake. And it's still coming down over in Morse Lake at the moment. Which actually, I want to see if I can do a double box of the Morse Lake camera. Yeah, we can do that. So we got our Morse Lake camera on one box, and we have a radar on another box. So let's head to southern Indiana. Like, give some areas that you want to be covered by, which we're trying to find out. Where where do y'all want this place covered? But let's actually head north. Let's head back up north. Bali. Okay. Let's just head to southern Indiana. Band of Snow. This is into parts of Posey County and into Vanderburgh County. So Solitude, Carbon, Mount Vernon, Wadesburg, Darmstadt, Evansville, Casson, and Melody Hill. This is going to continue to move northeast into parts of Warwick County. So Boonville, Linville, if you're on I-64. Actually, if you're on any of the major interstates, if you're on I-69, 70, doesn't matter where you are, you most definitely need to be off the roads at this moment because it's gonna get dicey. We're gonna have snow-packed roads. It's just going to be a mess, especially possibly on I-69. So someone said Indianapolis about to get hit with this ban towards Pittsburgh, so north sides of the metro, Rocky Ripple, Meridian Hill Speedway. That's gonna continue to move northeast. So Carmel, Zionsville, Fishers, McCordsville. You gotta watch that. We're not covering India. This is Indiana, not India. This is just trolls. Richmond, Boston, Connorsville continue to move northeast into parts of Ohio. Cincinnati, not getting hit with the snow yet. Snow is going to continue to move northeast. Everybody's going to be blanketed in some type of snow by midnight. Can we cover India? We're not covering India. This is going to be Indiana, not India. Let me put up a storm tracker, or yeah, let's pop a storm tracker so we can see how heavy some of these storms are. So give me a second. Let me move it. So you see that heavy band of the yellows and the oranges. That is possibly heavy snow from Brownsburg towards Claremont Heights. There's Traders Point right there, Lakeside, Westover, New Augusta. So Rocky Ripple, Wallet Island, Zionsville. Gotta watch that. We don't cover places in the Middle East. Indiana only. Jeez. And then you see these heavy greens. Actually, these heavy greens. That is heavy snow to light to moderate to heavy snow moving northeast towards Carmel and Noblesville. I want to see how traffic is going. So we'll pop up a map of we'll pop up Google Maps so we can see how things are going down in Indianapolis. So let's take that real quick. So give me a second so we can pop all of this up. Um so it's still dicey. It's roads are so far not that hazardous, but Nashville, Oklahoma definitely still dicey into Nashville where traffic is going from fast to possibly slow at times. But I'm not surprised if everybody is going to be in the red. And real quick, I want to pop up some iron dot cameras. So let me see if I can pop some iron dot cameras. Or traffic map cameras. So give me a sec on that so we can pop those up. Let's pop up the southeastern camera, which we're gonna switch over to our browser for a second, so bear with me. Don't think I have one with our browser. Wow. Okay, we'll fix that. We'll fix that up later, but yeah, it's snow packed. When we get reports coming in, we'll let y'all know if when we start getting big snowfall totals, we don't have any snowfall totals yet from southwestern parts of the state or southwestern parts of Oklahoma, which I'll find out real quick. Let me find the I am bot over in Oklahoma City. Oklahoma. Let me see if I can find that. I cannot actually. Mesoscale discussion coming from New Mexico. Um, so far no snowfall totals yet, which will continue to update y'all about, but let's hop off and then we'll do cut-ins over the next couple of hours. So we'll be on closer to 6:30. We're gonna probably be on by like 6:45. So stay close